Hello friends, my name's Emile and welcome back to some more Forza Motorsport 6. Today there has been a new car pack released, so let's take a look at it. It's called the Turn 10 Select Car Pack and it is our car pack for July. It features 7 vehicles and costs £5.59 or your regional equivalent. So let's take a look at what we get in this pack. The first car is the 1957 BMW Isetta 300 Export, 13 horsepower, 14 pounds-feet of torque, 920 pounds of weight. The Isetta is a very interesting car. I never thought I'd see the day where this would get added to Forza, but it has been added, and I cannot wait to play around with this car. Hopefully it'll have some crazy engine swaps available. Hopefully we can get a bit more than just 13 horsepower from it, because, well, 13 horsepower is half of what the next least powerful vehicle has, so yeah. And that's a Fiat 595 for sort of show there, so yeah. Hopefully we can get some more power out of it, but I can imagine no matter how much power you have in it, this is going to be a incredibly fun car to drive. Next up we have the 2014 Chevrolet No. 4 ROAL Motorsport RML Cruze TC1 WTCC. 370 horsepower, 332 pounds-feet of torque, 2,425 pounds. This is one of 2 World Touring cars in the game now. The only other one was the Honda Civic Touring car, which we've had in the game since the start. To be honest with you, I'm not a huge fan of the Chevrolet Cruze. However, it is nice to see some more touring cars be added to the game. Of course, I love touring cars, and I can't wait to have a go with this car and see how it compares to the other touring cars already in the game. Next up, we have a 1980 Fiat 124 Sport Spider, 102 horsepower, 110 pounds-feet of torque, 2,310 pounds of weight. Now, as you may know, I'm a huge fan of Fiats, and, well, seeing this car in the game makes me very happy. I like the Fiat 124 very much. It's a very cool-looking car. Hopefully, we can throw some sibbies on the front of it and get it looking proper European spec-like. Ultimately, as far as the car added to the game, I mean, it's a bit too similar to the Datsun 2000 Roadster, maybe. There is a bunch of these cars already in the game. I'm not sure how much use people are going to get out of it, but personally, for me, it's another Fiat. I like Fiat, so that's good by me. Next up, we have the 1969 Ford Branagh Hawk Frey, 680 horsepower, 391 pounds-feet of torque, 1,400 pounds of weight. Now, this looks suitably crazy. I've never heard of this car before. It is the top of our class, so that means it's going to be competing with all F1 cars and the like. I'm assuming this thing, handling-wise, is going to be quite a handful. However, when it comes to acceleration and speed, I can imagine this thing is going to be insanely quick. I can't wait to have a go with it, although I'm not sure how much use I'm actually going to get out of it. Next up, we have the Jaguar No. 14 Emile Frey GT3 Jaguar XF, 600 horsepower, 442 pounds-feet of torque, 2,822 pounds of weight. It is a Jaguar, which means I like it. A bit of a weird looking one now, I'm not sure about that front bumper. Ultimately though, it's another GT3 car. There's already quite a few of these in the game. I'm not sure how much use people are going to get out of this, but nevertheless, it is nice to see another GT3 car. I do like GT3 cars, so that's a good thing. Next up, we have the 2015 McLaren 570S Coupe, 562 horsepower, 442 pounds-feet of torque, 3,016 pounds. Honestly, I'm not a fan of the 570S, so this is probably my least favourite car in the pack. I'm still probably going to use it once or twice just to compare it to the other supercars, the Huracan and the like, but ultimately the 570S just isn't really for me. And finally today we have the 2015 Mercedes-Benz 24 Tank Pull 24 Racing Truck, 1,080 horsepower, 3,685 pounds of torque, 12,125 pounds of weight. Yeah, this thing is suitably insane. It's a racing truck and it's utterly bonkers and I cannot wait to have a go with it. It's only B class, which makes me think the handling on this is going to be incredibly scary, but 3,685 pounds-feet of torque is that excites me a lot. Hopefully this thing has some engine upgrades on it as well, so I can put even more torque into it. Anyways, friends, that is it for this car pack showing. Personally, I think this is one of the better car packs ever released for the game. Pretty much all these vehicles in this car pack I'm going to get at least one use out of, which is good. You know, in some of the car packs, there's cars which I wouldn't even consider ever using. As far as my favourite cars go, probably the Isetta I like the 124 Spider, and the racing truck as well. Least favourite car, probably the 570S and probably the Jaguar, just cause the Jaguar isn't going to get used too much and the 570S just really isn't for me. I think it looks a little bit too awkward. Anyway, so I would recommend this pack just for the racing truck and the Isetta because those two cars are going to be incredible fun to play around with. Anyways, friends, that is it for this car pack unveiling for today. I want to thank you all very much for watching. My name's been the Real Emile. Until next time.